Well, hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I just want to say this is a role play assignment for class and it's not a real counseling session. So I just want to let you know that up front. And so what brings you in today?
Well, I've been having some issues, some pain,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pain. It's going on 2 years now, and it's getting really hard. The last 6 months is getting really, really hard. I know I have arthritis in my vertebrae 4, 5, 5, 6 is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the pain comes from the neck into the shoulders, and then they spasm, and they hurt. I mean, it just hurts to dress myself, and that gets really depressing. I can't do the things I used to do, like my gardening. I've had to let my gardens go because I just can't do it anymore, and that's really depressing because I really enjoy being outside and working in the dirt and getting dirty and seeing the flowers bloom and everything. Well, when I can't do that anymore, I just feel useless. I just feel like I'm just getting old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am overweight, but I was in the hospital last year for COPD, so now I'm on steroids and an inhaler, so hence the weight gain. So I'm really struggling with my weight. I quit smoking over a year ago. Um, so all of my vices, all my things I enjoy has been taken away from me, and I'm just getting bigger and bigger. So I'm really working on diet, and I'm just trying this keto diet out. It doesn't seem to be working for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't like to take the time to count everything and the carbs and the fiber, and you subtract the fiber from the carbs to get your net fat, carb, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really depressing. But um, I do belong to a church that they have been praying for me over my shoulders, and actually they do feel better.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a good support group. My kids are real supportive. My church, my small group, and everything. But sometimes it's like when I'm alone, things kind of creep in on you,
Mm-hmm.
and I get real depressed. And I
Okay.
get sad, because I know I'm getting older and everything, but it's like it happened overnight. It's like one day I could do everything, and the next day I can't. So it's like all of a sudden it's just kind of rushed on me all at once, and it's a little bit more than I can take sometimes. So,
Mm-hmm.
so basically that's why I'm here. Just kind of.
Okay, so it sounds like because of this chronic pain that you've been having, it's kind of made you depressed, and then
Yeah.
the medicines they've given you has kind of had an adverse effect causing you to gain weight, is what you're saying.
The medicine that I'm taking, the inhalers, is for the COPD because of my lungs. Last year I was in the hospital with walking pneumonia, bronchitis, and then they diagnosed me with COPD because my lungs wouldn't take in the oxygen. My oxygen levels were real low, and I had to be on oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought I was going to have to come home with a oxygen bottle, but I was able to get my lungs strong enough. I only have 70% capacity right now. I'm due for another lung test.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for hence the steroid, the inhaler that I have to do morning and night. That's for my lungs. That has nothing to do with the shoulders or anything like that. The shoulders is a separate matter. It's just a whole bunch of little things that.
So the medicine helps with the COPD, but not with the pain in your shoulders.
No.
Gotcha.
No, and the muscle relaxers you gave me really it doesn't help that either because it's really not the muscles. Because I'm also seeing a massage therapist, and we pretty much got the muscles all relaxed. She did find one yesterday though, that when she found it, she dug pretty hard in it because they go deep, I guess, and it's a deep tissue massage.
Mm-hmm.
And so she found one that hadn't been released yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she calls it. We got it, and she wants to release it, which means it's real tight, and she wants to loosen it up and everything. So, so part of it's tight muscles. Part of it is doctor site said maybe fibromyalgia, but we don't know. There's no test for fibromyalgia. But I see him next month, and we'll talk about it some more and see.
Okay.
But yeah, the medicine doesn't make me. Well, the medicine isn't for the shoulders. The medicine is for my breathing, for my lungs.
Okay. Okay. So the problem when you first called was more on the depression, that you were feeling really down because of all of this that was going on, the pain in the shoulders and the weight gain and just this.
Look myself in the mirror. Yeah, just kind of brings you down. And then when you hurt on top of it, and they say, well, you need to exercise. Well, exercising hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And some days, walking not so much, but still, it does hurt. But yeah, and it's like, okay, I'm walking, I'm dieting, and the scale's not moving. It's just real depressing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So for when you first called and say, we're going to kind of rank it, or as a scaling question to see, so when you first called and you were kind of at your lowest, it was a 0. And then say 10, if we rank 10 being the best, like you feel amazing, it's an awesome feeling, where would you say you rank right now?
Right now, probably about a 6, maybe a 7.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of past, when I called, I was really, really, really down.
Okay.
I really was down. Because it seemed like every turn I was making, and when things, you don't feel very good and you feel bad about yourself, then things go bad at work, and then it's just like one thing on top of the other. It's like, it's a lot.
Okay.
To take in. So probably when I called, probably about a 3, 2,
Okay.
3.
Okay.
But now,
Okay.
9.
Yeah, you're at about a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference? What has moved you from the 3 to a 6 right now? What's changed in that?
I guess my church family
Okay.
helped me. They don't know everything, they don't know everything that's going on in my life, but they do know I've gone through some pain
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So the praying, just people caring enough to do that, I guess, makes me feel better.
Okay.
That I'm cared enough about, that they're taking the time.
That they're supportive and
Mm-hmm.
keeping you in your prayers. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that has changed a little bit for you, maybe on how you're feeling? I mean, with the depression?
Yeah, I mean, them caring for me?
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
yes, that's helped a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, just knowing that there's people that do care.
Okay. And then is there anything else that's helped contribute to you feeling better, getting to the 6 or 7?
Oh, the prayer.
The
Yes,
prayer?
Prayer seems to be helping.
And your church family? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be helping.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. On a, I'm going to kind of take you to something else just to kind of, bear with me, follow me in this little direction. We're going to do this little exercise. Say you go home tonight and you're, do your normal routine. You're watching TV, relaxing. This is after dinner. You get a little sleepy. It's time for bed. You go to bed that night. You're relaxed and you sleep pretty well. You have no trouble sleeping. You're out. You feel perfectly relaxed and calm. And then a miracle happens in the nighttime, but you don't know it happens. And so when this miracle happens, everything is better. Like everything, all the pain from your shoulders is gone. Everything is better.
You telling me I died and gone to heaven?
No, I'm not telling you. No, not telling you that. But just imagine, like I would say, like Pinocchio, when the little fairy, waves her magic wand and she makes Pinocchio into a little boy. Kind of like a miracle like that. Something that's just, it's just something that just is better. So you wake up, but you don't know that this miracle has happened. What would you see that would be a change from what it was before?
What do you mean? If I woke up and I didn't have any pain whatsoever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, everybody in the neighborhood would know.
How would they know?
I'd be screaming, hollering, whooping, hollering, running all over the place, going, yay, amen, praise the Lord. Yeah, and when I woke up 15 pounds lighter, hey, yeah, I'd really be happy. Yeah, really a miracle.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you're 15 pounds lighter, you
And
have
no
no pain. And so what
50 would be great, but 15 I'll settle for 15.
Okay, 15 to 50, but say 15 pounds. So how would your day look different than it does today?
I just probably would have a really good outlet look. I'd be happier. People would notice that. I know they would. As soon as I walked down, I'd be really happy about everything. Nothing could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me your best shot, because I'd be on cloud 9.
How would they know you're happy?
Oh, just by my actions, the way I'm acting, the way I speak, the way just my body language.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to be doing cartwheels because I know I'm too old to be doing that. I'll break a hip or something. But
Okay.
I'm not going to get that crazy.
Okay.
But they'd sure know.
They would notice by your reactions. So how would your reactions be different than they are now?
Well, I walk very slowly now. I'd be walking very careful because it feels like something might break.
Okay.
Because the shoulders are just like, Even closing the car door, I did it earlier, and it's just like something snapped in the car and brought me to reality real quick that arm was hurting.
Mhm.
And but to be able to close the car door without pain would be awesome.
Mhm.
So
Okay. Okay. So you would be, so instead of walking slower, you'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
walking faster, more
yeah,
energy.
that would be a big kick in my step. Yeah, well, yeah, I would be bouncing, happy, be more carefree.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I walk carefully. It's like I'm afraid to move too quickly or to move something too fast because I'm going to have a shoulder spasm or something, because it's very painful when it happens.
Mhm.
And so I just take things slower. The COPD actually slows me down too. If I go too fast, then I have difficulty breathing.
Mhm.
So I have to, and hence the weight gain, because my metabolism has slowed down so much in the last 10 years.
Mhm.
I've gotten slower, so of course the slower I move, the less calories I burn, the less, even though probably eating less than I did 15 years ago, I'm not burning the calories like I did 15 years ago. So of course it's coming on gradually, and doesn't go away as easy because I don't move as fast or don't
Mhm.
have a fast metabolism anymore.
Mhm.
And so I'm more careful
Mhm.
than I was.
So then the day after the miracle, you would be, walking a little bit more confident, not as fearful that something would hurt
Yes,
or break.
if it doesn't hurt, I'd be using it.
Mhm. Now, would you
Yeah.
be doing something that you enjoyed previously? I think you mentioned that you liked
Gardening,
gardening.
I'd go back to my gardening. I would be doing more in my, probably not bring back the big, I had a really, really big garden in the back. Probably not bring that back, because that was a lot of work.
Mhm.
But some of my smaller ones, and probably doing a little bit more decorative art, decorative landscaping
Mhm.
stuff in my yard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you mentioned that others would notice that you were better because they would see you bouncing around. You'd be happier. You'd react to things differently. Probably more positively than you have been in the past.
Oh yeah, I have a more positive outlook on everything probably.
Okay. And then you said that your church family has really kind of helped you through this process. How would they notice you're different?
Oh, they would just notice by the way I act. I mean, one of them said last week they noticed how I had been not my usual chipper self. They knew something was wrong. They just couldn't pinpoint what it was until I told them, and they prayed for me. But they sensed when something was wrong because I was acting differently. Now, if I felt really good, I'd be a chatterbox and just be really excited and happy. So yeah, they would definitely see a big difference in that. So yeah, it would be, and I would be telling everybody. So
Okay.
yeah.
So since you're ranked you feel that you're about a 6 or 7, what do you think could get you closer to let's say get you to an 8? What do you think would get you to an 8? I know 10 would be the miracle that you were pain free, but what could get you to an 8 or a 9?
Well, the pain would just go away longer than just a few minutes. The biofreeze helps, but maybe losing the weight would help along with the pain. The masseuse said that she wanted me to lose a few pounds, which I've been trying and working on. And I haven't gotten on the scale because that's really disappointing when you feel like you've lost weight and your clothes feel better, but the scale's not showing it. That really is depressing. Then it's like you want to give up. I think I would feel a lot better if I could lose at least 15 to 20 pounds. I know I would feel a lot better. And then it would be a start, because I really need to lose about 50. But to really be at a healthy stage.
Okay. And so with losing the weight, you talked about that you're on the keto diet, sort of. You said.
Well, I'm not in ketosis. I've taken the ketosis test, and I'm not. I don't know what. I guess I'm doing the counting or the math wrong, but I have cut back on my carbs.
Okay.
So, and of course, cut back on the calories. So you've got to lose. I've got to lose that way. I need to get to the gym more.
Okay.
But sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just exhausted, and a lot of that comes with the pain. It just kind of makes you really tired. So physically and mentally exhausted when I'm at the end of the day. So I have gone to the gym and I've done maybe 15 to 20 minutes and then gone home. I guess it's better than nothing. They say 30, you're supposed to do 30 to have any kind of benefit, but I figure 20, at least 20.
At 20.
And I made
And
it
what you
there.
can do, you know, because I know you said sometimes you have the pains and it's a struggle to do, but so if you didn't feel like going to gym after work, what else could you do to supplement that, getting that exercise in?
I could walk in the neighborhood. That's another issue with the pollens right now and the COPD.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably end up with bronchitis because if I breathe all that stuff into my lungs are already damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So walking in the neighborhood is probably not a good idea for me.
For the air and the
I need
climate,
more pure air.
especially with the pollen.
Yeah.
What time do you usually get off work?
5, but it can be 5:36 sometimes. It just depends. If we're doing payroll, it's sometimes longer.
Okay.
Or if somebody's late bringing the card back, I have to wait for them to bring the card back and stuff because it can't be out overnight.
Do you have a mall in your city?
I do.
Okay.
Don't tell me to walk the mall because I'll end up spending money. I can't do that. Then I really get depressed. Then I see something in the store, like I've got to see that, and I've got to stop it. I've got to look at it, and so the next thing I know, carrying these bags up to my car and hurt my shoulders. That was a dumb suggestion.
That would also help work your muscles. But
work my muscles would make my arms hurt. So
I know it's sometimes hard to get to the
big
gym.
Purse to a little purse. Okay?
That is good. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you've made improvements there, so you don't pull on your shoulders.
Right.
But could you? It's just a suggestion. I said and then you could think of some place different. I was just thinking a closed-in place where you wouldn't have to breathe in the outside air because I understand allergies and pollen.
I mean, I used to be a really fast speed walker. I really would walk really, really fast, but I can't do that. Maybe about a half a block or less, and I'm out of breath. I can't do stairs, steps anymore because it just takes too much out of my lungs, too much work on my lungs. My lungs won't work that way anymore. So I can do exercise, but to a point. I can't do some things. The body won't let me anymore. So.
I gotcha. So what do you think you could implement to try to help you get to the weight loss goal? I know the pain is kind of a thing that you're working with your doctors, but
I'm doing these stretches, and I'm going to continue to do more stretches. The masseuse, she could stretch my legs from here to Kingdom Come, and I have no problem with that. If my arms would work as well as my legs did, I would be great. I need to get back to the basics on the stretches, like things that we used to do in high school, like when we had gym, just those simple little stretches that we did. I never could understand why we did that in PE. I thought it was so stupid, silly. Like the arm circles and stuff. No, I can't do that because it hurts. But I'm gradually getting back to that because it is strengthening the muscles I have. I just have to be careful because it'll pop into another muscle that doesn't need to be doing that, and that's where the pain comes in. And it pops that one muscle back in where it doesn't need to be.
Gotcha.
So I have to be careful.
So doing the stretches, but just very gradually or very, I would say simply or easily, where it's not putting a lot of strain on you, just building up some endurance a little bit.
Baby steps to it, because if you go right to it, it's going to do more damage.
Okay. So how often do you think you could do your stretches in a week?
Oh, every day.
Every day?
I do them every day.
And then do you do them like in the morning or at nighttime?
It depends.
Okay.
Depends when they start getting really stiff, I start doing the stretches, like even at work. If I'm sitting at my desk and I can feel it, I'm supposed to concentrate on putting my shoulders down because I have a habit of putting my shoulders way up, and then it tenses all that. So I have to concentrate on when I'm doing that because it's part of that stress. And when you get stressed out, you just kind of start.
It tenses up.
Yeah. So I have to constantly keep telling myself to put my shoulders down and back. And work on my posture, shoulders down and back, and work on the posture.
So you kind of take breaks at work to kind of help release some of this tension?
When I notice I'm bending over and stooped over too much on working paperwork and stuff, I need to sit up straight and pull my shoulders down and back.